Hey everybody, MrBookieboo here, and I'm coming to you with another Lego room update. This one's a little bit special because this is the first update that I'm doing after my first attendance at a Lego convention. So about a week or so ago, I was able to go to Brickworld, Chicago, which is one of the biggest Lego conventions out there, at least in the United States that I know of. And I had the opportunity to go there, meet tons of fantastic AFOLs, Lego fans in general, and see some amazing creations. If you've never been to a Lego convention, I highly recommend, if you have the opportunity to go because it is just such an amazing experience. The friendships I made, the creations that I saw, all were just so inspiring, and it really reinvigorated my hobby. Leading up to the convention, I kind of been stuck in a rut. You know, I was doing a little bit here and there, making a few changes to the city, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But I just felt like I wasn't progressing as much as I'd wanted to, or I wasn't doing as much. And it almost felt like I was kind of like losing my passion for Lego. Let me tell you, after going to that convention, that's all changed. This is a complete 180, and I am so excited. I'm so just inspired by everything that I saw, everyone that I encountered, that now I'm ready to tackle some really amazing projects. I have a whole bunch of projects and ideas in my head. I've got a whole bunch of thoughts, and I've got this wonderful community that I've already made a lot of friendships online, that now I've made friendships in person, and just expanding on that and continuing to build on that is has just completely changed my outlook on things. So I'm incredibly grateful for all of you that I met at Brickworld. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was so amazing to see all of you. Those that I were there and I didn't get to see, I'm sorry, it's overwhelming. There were thousands of people there. And so some of it was a bit overwhelming at times. And it's hard to, meet up with people or even find people in the halls and stuff, because it's just a mass of people. And it was a pretty amazing event. So check out, you can go on my feed, you can check out, I've been posting some content from the conference so you get an idea of what it's all about. You can also check out, it's pretty much just, search Brickworld and you'll see tons of people have been posting content on that if you want to get a feel for what it's like. But amazing experience, highly recommend it. And now, let me show you what I've been working on in here. I've actually been working a lot since I got back, and I've actually made some pretty big changes in the city. So come on, let's take a look. So one of the very first things that you probably already noticed as I was talking earlier is we're finally starting to light up the Ninjago area. So I've had some of these light kits for a while. I was able to get a few more on my trip, but the very first one I did is Ninjago City, and you can see the lights on this thing, and it is pretty spectacular. We're gonna kind of loop around here so you can see it all lit up. The really nice thing that I love is that how the lighting from Ninjago City kind of really lights up the foreground. So I don't even really need to put lights on these little stalls in this area here. It's already lit up, and you can see just how amazing those lights are on that set. Next is going to be the Ninjago Gardens. I've got the light kit for that ready to go. Once again, if you're interested, so I use Brick Loot light kits. I really enjoy them. They're easy to work with, fantastic instructions, and super customer support. And I've been a big fan of theirs for quite a while now. So if you're interested in lights, check them out. Definitely worthwhile. Now, the rest of Ninjago Land, we're going to light up pretty much all of this. We're going to light up the docks. Like I said, the gardens are going to be next, right behind the city there. And then, of course, the Temple of Air Jitsu is going to get some lighting treatment. This whole area eventually is just going to really pop. Not too much has changed in the foreground here, but you're noticing, as you peek over this way, there's been a little bit of a change over here. So the center of the U, I'm just going to go over and focus on this right now. This area right here, if you remember it, I just had a simple panel. It was actually a panel for, like one of those presentations you would do like for a science fair project and back in school. That's what I initially had there, just to block off that area. Well, I've recently been able to, IKEA finally had in stock this Besta frame here, which actually it ends up being over here now. This is the new one I just got. So I was able to swap this cabinet and put it here, which is kind of what I was envisioning all along. This was just a dead space. It was just a flat black panel, but I figure, you know, hey, I'm like short on storage, right? And I'm always trying to come up with new ways to display things. And so I ended up putting that there. This is going to be nice for my trains. I'm actually have some acrylic stands that are coming in the mail. So I'll be able to put for more trains like behind that. So you can have like 2 rows of trains in there. But what a great way to display some more Lego sets, right? And it fills in that gap almost perfectly. And then just on the sides, I repurposed the panels. So that's just the cardboard paneling just to seal off the sides because it wasn't quite a perfect fit. It's really hard to find cabinets that are exactly that size. But the other cool thing, so since this cabinet was a little bit lower, I actually ended up having this gap here. It's about, you know, like maybe 4.5 inches or so. And so that gap, I was able to fill in with some terrain. And again, it just kind of finishes off, much like over here, you know, where it just doesn't just drop off into nothing. It just gives you a little bit of a finishing touch in this area. And I think it really works nicely. And it just kind of frames the train as it goes across that little area right there better, right? So that is pretty exciting. This has been an area that I've been wanting to kind of do this with, but again, because the stuff hasn't been in stock, the right furniture, now that I finally got it, it's all finally coming to fruition. Super excited for that. We'll take a spin on the on this side of town now over here, and you can see work still continues on this upper level with the farmer's market and these smaller mini modulars. I still have to tile this area. Haven't quite figured out what exactly I'm going to do tile-wise, but this area here is looking pretty sharp. I got to get lights in those buildings too. Some of them already have lights, some of them don't, so I'm going to light those up as well. And then of course, as we pan this way, you can see kind of like the downtown area of the city. It's getting pretty good. The facades, I'm pretty happy with the placement of those. I actually got a lot of questions and comments at the convention about the facades. And so that, I appreciate that. It's cool. I love it when you guys ask me questions. So if you have questions, ask me in the comments because I'm super excited to help out or to give you advice or tips or whatever. But this, yeah, the facades are kind of, I'm pretty happy with the placement, I think, at this point. The Daily Bugle's definitely grown on me in that location. It just fits with all the other facade skyscrapers and things like that. And of course, even like the Ghostbusters peeking out from behind the corner there. Since that's such a massive building, you can see it, but it doesn't overpower. And it just, I think it kind of works in that area for now. So, you know, we'll see. It's always a change, right? Everything's always in flux with Lego, which is also the beauty of Lego because you're never stuck with what you have. If you don't like it, you can tear it out and you can rebuild it. So we'll just kind of pan along here so you can kind of get a feel for the city. Yeah, I love this view. This is really nice. So with the lights, it just really makes it pop. And then we're going to come over to this side because I got some interesting stuff over here that I've been working on as well. And so you can just see with the height, again, this is all mostly for space saving issues for me because this is, you know, a fairly small room. I mean, it's a big room, but it's also not, you know, it's not a basement. It's not a giant, you know, game room or something like that. It's kind of like an office size, a little bit bigger than an office maybe. But this, you know, going with the height and the levels and stuff just really, really economizes on the space. So the neat thing is over here, which I'm going to show you, and you can kind of see it, but we're going to get a better angle so you can see it better. So I'm building up a platform here. So we're going to do a tunnel portal right here, which is in the works. This is going to be another platform, and this is just going to be smaller type buildings and stuff right here. I'm going to put the juice bar. This is that new set that just came out with the electric scooters. Really cute little set. It's fairly inexpensive. Nice minifigure selection. Highly recommend that. And then, so this will just be another area for small, kind of like the farmer's market on the other side, just a small, you know, kind of gathering area for all the minifigs and stuff. And then of course down here, my plans for this area right now, these are just my modulars that I had constructed, but ultimately I think the future modulars, the official ones, are going to go right here, just 1, 2, 3. So the good news is I've got, excuse me, I've got 3 years before I have out of space again, and I have to try to come up with some new solution for more space for modulars. But for now, this is pretty good, okay? And this, you know, eventually I'm gonna retire my old police station because we have the official Lego police station. And I'm thinking I might move these Star Wars MOCs. I wanna rebuild this one. This one's a little bit too tall for a Tatooine modular. So at some point I'll probably rebuild this. And these will end up just on a shelf on display, I think. That's kind of my long-term plan, so we'll see. Now, I've got something else exciting to show you, which we're gonna head around the corner to, and I'll show you in just a moment. All right, so we got kind of an extreme angle because it's a tight fit back here, but I was able to move, based on a lot of your guys' feedback, I was able to swap this light. It used to be on this side of the Disney Castle. I put it over here. It actually removes it from the pictures from the city, which is fantastic, and it doesn't really affect the lighting that much. But the really exciting thing now is I actually got more cabinets for the back here. This was just a platform that I had custom built. And it was kind of hollow underneath here, but these are actually the skinnier Besta frames. And so there's actually 6 of them. If I get here on the angle, you can see, and they're a mess right now. And unfortunately, IKEA is out of the shelves. So I'm waiting for those to come back in stock. There's always something out of stock, right? But this neatly gives me a whole bunch more display and storage space. So what my vision is it's going to be like storage back in this area. And then this, since you can kind of see it from the walkway right here, this will probably be like some little display for certain things. And then of course the mountains sit nicely on top, just like the other platform. But the nice thing too is since this is a little bit bigger, it actually fills in this gap. So I actually have more space here for, I don't know what, you know, I could do another mountain. There's all kinds of different things I can do. I can expand on Disney a little bit this way. There's just lots of different options that we have now, which is always good to have options in your Lego city, right? And then you can just see, again, this is the backside. This is always a popular view. You can see how the electrical combines in the back. I purposely left this little walkway because I can get to my storage, which is underneath here, which is a mess. But also I can easily access all the electrical stuff back here. All the main wiring, power and stuff routes through this area here. So it's all pretty convenient. All right, so that's pretty much it for now. But there's more that's going to be coming. I really want to start working on more of the detail aspects of the city, adding, you know, the minifigures, the vehicles, creating little scenes, things like that, because a lot of the core work's kind of done. I mean, there's still a few areas that I need to work on and kind of work through. But again, that's part of the fun is being able to, you know, attack different things as your inspiration strikes. And, you know, I think really, though, the important message that I'd like to convey to all of you is, you know, if you feel yourself starting to kind of get stuck in a rut, or you find yourself it's not fun, or you're frustrated, you know, it's okay to walk away for a bit. It's okay just to, you know, step back, you know, go do something else, go for a walk outside, you know, go on vacation, you know, do different things. But then also the second part of that is, you know, look around in other places for inspiration. You know, conferences are fantastic for that because you're surrounded by so many creative people and with so many wonderful ideas, and you just walk around and you're just inspired every turn, everywhere you look, there's inspiration. And it can be like, it's not necessarily like, you know, I build a city and I'm, you know, focusing on my city, but you get ideas, you know, from Star Wars creators, you get ideas from mosaic makers. There's all kinds of different techniques and ideas that you can apply to your own creations. And it's pretty amazing to see. So keep on building and keep on supporting each other, asking questions, reach out. You know, the community is a wonderful community. And like I say, pretty much everyone that I've interacted with has been super helpful, supportive, and encouraging. And if you guys have questions, like I say, just please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to, you know, support you guys in any way that I can. So thanks for watching. And I'm going to keep on making some videos. I'm going to do some more tutorial type stuff based on feedback that I received at the conference from people of things that interest them and things that they would like to see more detail of. So I'm going to do kind of more in-depth videos for like wiring, mountain building, terrain, things like that, because that's, you know, based on that's what you guys kind of want to see. So if there's other things you want to see, let me know in the comments as well. Make sure you're subscribed, and thanks again for all the support. I really sincerely appreciate all of you, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this community, because at the end of the day, it is really fantastic and wonderful. All right, happy building. Take care. Bye.